really genius about this game and completely useless, and you're just always walking that line, and I appreciate you both.
I've definitely seen Broken Blade pull out his Warwick in solo queue, so I'm finally seeing it in competitive.
Right. Did he win that game? That's the only question I have. Odo won. Oh my God, I bet he's saying it backstage. You know, actually won that game. That was a bad Odo impression, I'm sorry. Well, Dragon goes down, Skimont. He's thinking about if he can get in as Broken Blade with that infinite duress holds onto his mark up to the turret. He wants the plating first. He gets that flee away. Jaws of the Beast help out, and the audience starts howling as Broken Blade pops the barrier.
He just will lose out on a little bit of that teleport and a bit more CS.
You know, I think Grub's in this meta as well. Such a good advantage, right? Souls are getting later. We're seeing Atakan fights. We're seeing Souls not picked up as often. Grubs have just still been top tier, as even though we're in 15 points, it's going to be something else.
I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see.
I saw your cheeky look at the items as there we go. There's the Starfall. The duress follows up as well. The dog's in with a public execution, but in the end, down. The top being a nice standstill for Lot to move towards. Labrov face checking no. In Fog of War ain't good. He's going to be charmed up and instantly destroyed. Ari-Vi, a common duo for those reasons.
Nice pick by Giantx. Oh, hang on, Skimont. Might be able to get on to close. You got Kalista moving down.
The flash is burned, but Hans Summer's ready and receiving. Lot has joined in, but he just used his ulti in the previous fight as Hans now chases up. Lot might be in trouble. That Ren means they're slowed to buggery, and Skimont now with another stop under turret will help out as Hans runs in, flashes for the Rand. That's your mama you're talking to.
I mean, this may not be over, though. You've still got another wave coming. Closer, trying to clear it out before it can hit the wave. Skimont got a tank.
He's low, Skimont. Not going to find Hans Summer, or rather, other way around. Skimont is looking for closer, now resets in. Easy kill. G2 are playing with them, Dagda. They're playing with the meat.
They knew that the wave was coming, so Closer was like, look, I'm kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't. And now, Caps going for the trade. Jackie's has no ult.
You're right, he used it before. Caps in a 1v1, unheard of with the Azir, but he's just ordering him down to death. G2
It's awful. I was watching Broken Blade to see what he was up to anyway, because he's moving down, but there's the engage from John.
Oh, it's set up as well. Fate's Call going to be used too, but it's a double knock up into the air for GX. Have this in the bag. Even with the ulti later out from Labrov, it's there as Skimont gets launched up, and in goes Jackie's. 3 quicks
are back.
Well, with that opening, it's going to be first Dragon here for Giantx, but trading back is big, especially when Grubs are up. We might see a fight. And with Broken Blade having that push that runs into Lot now, it means that it's just going to be Grub o'clock. Not stolen there from Noah as you send out the piercing arrow, but Skimont in the end. We'll clean this out. It'll be 3 Grubs for 3 Grubs. And we still don't have a decider here on the feats of strength in the early game.
Yeah, I think, though, this is where, from this position, Giantx have really gotten the tempo back.
Well, around top. That's the potential for this to set up. Perfect execution buffered actually behind Broken Blade. Infinite duress meanwhile. The Primal Howl is looking for the fear and it misses. Good spacing there as the adaptation sets them up, but Jaws of the Beast heals up for the time being. Broken Blade flashes, wants to get distance, gets the flash out. Another Jaws of the Beast. He's healed up, he's bailed out, but Doggy gonna die as Giantx still finds sync as well. At least nice for Giantx, get some more gold as Caps might be in a bit of trouble. Noah's coming down. Chains Corruption are up and available. Caps waiting for it. Flashes out now eventually, but Noah matches as well. The old Fnatic 80 carry has his number as well as he's got all the stacks up and available. Caps is dead meat. Over to Noah. A lot of gold going over, and they commit hard to the bot lane.
Good job by Noah. Realizes here, look, I don't need to be on that top half of the map. Let's make the play towards Jackie's. They kill off Caps. They get this first tower as well. And now it looks like Lot going to try and somewhat keep control on the top side, but I think that tower, yeah, is going to be matched by G2 there.
I think in the end, it's actually G2 who, by the way, because of objectives, get it as, hang on, Dagda, what's that smell? Jackie's has gotten low, but Broken Blade doesn't know there's another foe in his way. He wants to send him away. He infinite duresses, but charmed out. Broken Blade ain't doing their
advantages. Yep. This is a good move. Now they just need to make sure Mbessa can get back into that top side, and that's why they've sent Jun up here as well.
It's a good shield vault coming through, and the blast cone helps out so Lot doesn't get caught out any further. Broken Blade is pushing this turret, and this is what 3 Grubs are going to help do, is Herald will also give them a little push in the right direction. For G2, they're committing to swapping sides, and Caps is just walking ever so precariously up to that bot lane wave. Well, G2 have already... There's no point...
I said exactly. I have no idea what
No, you're exactly right, Dagda. Yeah, Hunt's caught out. There's no way to react. The problem with Giantx... G2 try and threaten him off best they can, but Edge of Night makes things a little bit harder as at least moving up is a success for now, but Caps jumps up, has to jump away. Hansama going to get his time, and mid is now open. Okay, the map becomes a little bit more open with it too.
Yeah, they didn't know where Broken Blade was, so they couldn't actually commit to fully defending that. Plus, Jackies have been pushing on bot. Now, Broken Blade shows on top side.
Oh, but look, Caps is coming up as well. You've got to run, Lot! The Infinite Duress is up and available. As you can see, Lot is just trying to get out now using the public execution because there was no other way. Infinite Duress flushed away from as well. And as I said, Caps is coming. He ran all the way up from mid as he jumps in, looking for his time in the sun. His ult still there with the flash available, but they're just poking him down. Broken Blade is chasing with his blood hunt. His jaws close, and without Lot's life too.
Jackie should be able to get this top lane tower, though. They want to try and look for more good.
Pushing Giantx out of river here because Dragons now spawn.
But it's a big wave on top side as well, so as long as G2 are able to keep them here, they're going to be happy. You're going to lose a wave top, you're going to lose your bot lane tower. And again, Giantx, they're just kind of being run around the map. This has kind of been the G2 special.
Yeah.
What we saw from the last year was missing at the start of the split, but it's coming back in leaps and bounds.
Noah gets mid lane turret. Okay. Artican started with a Callista.
Yeah, Closer trying to get in. They don't have vision. Lebrov playing bouncer here.
But how far can he go? Skewmon trying to do the same thing. Jackie flashes in, but he gets stolen up as the Aegis sent on out. Broken Blade zones off Lot. Lot of spears in the Artican that's going to be reset here as Giantx group is 5.
Yeah, still though, they haven't actually reset it. Giantx, can they actually get the steal here?
Out, in, out, in, out. Broken Blade from the back end. The Infinite Duress sent in with the pop blossom from John! John sets it up, but Hansama finds Lot in the back end, and G2 are now trying to play front to back as Artican is taken by Giantx. Their window in the sun is here. Only one withdrawal for now as G2 still trying to fight fire with fire as Broken Blade is hitting a clone. Another reset, another bite as Broken Blade left alive. Caps ultis in to save his own life, and in the jaws again. Broken Blade cleans them all up. And
Needed trigger pull here for G2. Like you heard, both Upset and Mickey kind of say
from the skies, he descends down. Skewmon is going to be tagged up with the pop blossom, but no one from Giantx are there. Skewmon's angle. That guy. Say, let's see how their poke affects them right. G2 are taking heaps of damage, and I'm watching towards Noah now as Broken Blade tanks it up. Chain to Corruption, he heals out. Jaws of the Beast, he autos, but now he's down. The burst finally utilizes Caps ulti, sends away Lot, looking for the front to back. It's G2 have to get out with the Baron. Caps knows it's doomed. Giantx know it's gloom, and Skewmon, he's looking for something else in the brush as he finds a trade kill onto Noah now. The Poke Virus needs his cooldowns available. Skewmon jumps in, gets the cleanse, an auto, the Aegis. No way! And the Marshall Poise! Damage that comes from the Mortal Will and the Comet Spear. Insane buff of damage.
Slower pace and starting to drag, and how do you play it on the map? This is where, unfortunately, not having a lot of that veterancy can come back to hurt you. Is
Infinite Duress under turret, and remember the Grand Starfall, he's always there! Into the jaws once more! The Howl unleashes, and the fear is immeasurable.
I did not think
this... Urukite. The G2 teleport's going to be committed. It's into Fog of War, and Giantx are walking right into it. Again, the setup stun is there from Skewmon. It's perfect execution denied. Pop Blossom is good, but Caps went golden. He was able to space out as a bailout. Onto Hansama works! He revives, does enough damage as Giantx ran into the fray, and they will not be seeing the light of day. Closer escapes, while 2 of his solo laners are now dead, and Broken Blade, oh, he can smell it again. He chases, he sends out Closer while Baron now stands up, but it's Soul that G2 will be looking after today.
That might have been one of the most high-value Zhonyas I have seen in a long while.
True.
The fact that Caps gets rid of the public execution, burst them out, is getting to heal back up because your Poke Varus and your Ari isn't all that all in.
The Flash Charm at melee range, so he doesn't have the Zhonyas this time.
The tower? The tower?
Azir turret, that seems fair. Yeah, let's make it do the same. Infinite Duress Flash though, and the Grand Starfall combo returns. The Pop Blossom denied, and Broken Blades will not.
It is a long, long road back as G2. I mean, Lot's in a decent position here.
Yeah, but Lebrov has his hostile takeover. That's what I'm worried about. In front of 3 people, Edge of Night comes up not a moment too soon. But Giantx, the turn has begun. There it is, hostile takeover is into the back line onto Hansama. It's a nice ulti, but Closer doesn't have the follow-up he needs. Broken Blade gets on low, but he needs to get his jaws sunken in as Giantx zone on out, and there we go. The healing comes through as Chemtech Soul must be getting a send out. Hail of arrows after arrows after arrows. Junior telling me Dagda doesn't have the flash available, but Noah has the arrow in the quiver for the steal. Over no! An attempt so boldly made. 3k damage from Noah. And again, we talked a lot about Noah coming into this and how he's big, but right now we're going to talk about Giantx and how he's feeling small. Caught out.
He's kind of in a bit of trouble because
not hacky.
Broken Blade actually missed. Could be the pick.
It's on to Warwick, though. He can buy some time. Remember, he's got Terminus. He needs to auto-attack everything in the kitchen sink. Use, though, Pop Blossom as Skrót joined in. He now flashes over. He's poked out, but for G2, they've got pressure down bot.
They're still looking for that bot lane tower. Giantx are now running back as quickly as they can to try and protect this bottom side, but it's gone. Caps is just keeping them at bay, and I mean, how much further did G2 want to go?
Can you end? Question mark.
I don't think they
so.
can.
No.
I think they're just trying to force Giantx back, but
Skrót is going in with no health bar. He gets himself a nice little proc of his item, heals up to half. Hunsummer's still attacking the turrets because Giantx are not going in. They used all their buttons. They used all their buttons on the Wolf. So now set up with a hostile takeover. They've just taken down 2 Nexus turrets. G2 have an open Nexus, but will not take it yet. Close is looking for a flank. G2 running for their lives. The run out. Right.
he's setting it up.
Skrót is looking to Grand Starfall into the base.
He's going.
And Broken Blade will run as well. In he flies. The minion wave at the perfect place at the perfect time. Giantx have to back away. Broken Blade won't let him. The Primal Howl is in the way. And as he jumps into the base, Caps has joined him as well. Lot sends starboard. And Caps and Skrót will take game 1 in Primal fashion.
It's only a matter of moments. They didn't quite pad the KDA, but they did pad themselves a game win in this one. It's easier and keep them off the towers, so yeah. Okay, so basically G2, as we said, run down, chase down, try and close the distance onto Giantx, which has already gone for kind of a long-range composition in both Jace and Mel. But I think Giantx, if they're trying to do it to you, you can just immediately send it back and get Labrov interrupted. But yeah, I mean, I think it's even just the... Well, it is a very nice part of her kit. It's the ability to just get a ton of damage off at long range, which is really vital, as Lot takes quite a bit of damage in return.
Yeah, not too great. Bramble Smash isn't negated, though, so good rebuttal to set us off. Shield of Duran gets the stun up. Jun is waiting for the Justice Punch, and it's again another Solar Snare. Broken Blade's kept in place for so long. Twisted Advance is buying him time until it doesn't execute it down, and Noah gets first blood.
So the way Mel works is that the more time she hits you with abilities, she will stack up her passive, which is going to be more procs of damage, and eventually that is going to hit an execution threshold, and that's exactly what you saw. Broken Blade just popped as he hit the threshold, and now nicely done by Noah and Jun. Again, Broken Blade just kind of take towards that top side and go for a full dive onto Lot. Still an option, and that's where you can see Lot immediately resetting. It's just like, look, well, at least trying to run away because he knows as many members. Caps actually stopped his reset, so it looks like that dive is going to happen now on the wave.
Skrót coming in as well with his ulti in tow. Lot's already been poked down to half HP. He's popped his pots, waiting as well, but the glitter lances keep coming out. Left, right, and center. The Grandmaster at Arms matters not. The burst is enough from
confident when it comes towards even stuff like the lane swaps, where at the start they were looking a little dicey on how they were playing some of them out.
It's well said, I think, as well. G2, it's been all about this development, how things come together when they're with this crazy roster built together for so long. Now Broken Blade teleporting in. This is not how it comes together. Execute yet again. Are you ready? Noah doesn't even need to press the button. Instead, Giantx takes a kill. A response kill in response, though, as John dies down towards bot, I believe, dagged up. Where's my mind? No.
I mean, Broken Blade was responsible for the one on top, and then they're able to get the one on bot, so Giantx will get first tower. As the TP back in from Lot onto bottom side. Closer here. I don't think he can go for the dive.
He's going to drill in. He's looking for the impale. It's a good wild growth. So Labrov saving his 80 carry. The all-in and mid, though, is now onto Caps. It's a bit of trouble here as Jackie wants to find him between worlds to get on out. The escape is there. Caps gets some good damage. As a return, dodges away from the shock blast without enhancement. G2 mid laner versus Giantx. Jackie so walks in, flashes out. The burst is massive, but look who's here to make it unfair. Flash wind becomes lightning. And Skrót pulls it off. Impaler dagged up, but I'm thinking of Sundered Sky being so broken at the moment. Black Cleaver being so popular in this meta.
I do think you get a lot of value from it in this sort of scenario, though, where you can... Oh, hang on, Jun.
I think he's all right.
Okay, yeah. Right. So the idea behind the Titanic Hydra here is to, as quickly as possible, get your 3-ton strike off.
Yep.
Because you're going to have the speed up from Hansama, the speed up from Labrov. You just want to pop someone up in the air as quickly as you can. Labrov...
Being turned on, Lot is here, Counter-Strike is up and available, heal now burn, Wild Growth is there for Labrov yet again, there might be an Execute as well, set on up with the Sun as Golden Eclipse available too, but Noah doesn't have enough stacks. G2 are being puddle. Like, rivers ensue that it's running water or it's at least got some measure to it. Like, if you look from this camera angle, There's no strength, which has already naturally been claimed, but at least getting some gold. Well, Broken Blade tries to do the same, and will actually just be able to force this himself. So double turret is going to be the take here for G2.
So we manage it. Oh, nice flash, but
He's a
gets
tree.
caught. But
Set up there.
I was going to say, it's giving G2 the chances to hit level 11 for Broken Blade just there on that top side. They would have liked to hit it on Hans Sama, but looks like they're just not going to be at Caps TPing though.
The flank is big. G2 have Broken Blade at the helm as well. And as that TP flies through with Caps, note that GX have brought everyone here. Lot gets bursted out though, and now Hans Sama can fire away onto Lot. And there's no boomerang to hit him down. The Nature's Grasp is set back as Jun is still dead. Giantx couldn't walk into the fight. 200 at 18.5 minutes in this game. Just again, another early game that for Giantx has put them a bit behind. Clearing out vision while G2 comes second fiddle with Labrov just poking his head in to peek in, and you can see now Giantx has found his way in. I spoke about Labrov, he's wild growth himself. Hans Sama caught out as well, but there's no overwhelm. The Golden Eclipse is used. Hans Sama is out. Redemption will heal him as into the back. Broken Blade smashes down, but Giantx stay firm.
The fact that mid tower still stands always lets Giantx have a jumping off point where they can't be chased.
Oh, you can't be caught out here. Ulti sent upwards. Help from closer, but a great ulti from Caps. Now G2 have to make the grand escape as well. Means that this is just going to be drag and done.
But it's Atakan on the opposite side. Giantx looks like trying to burst it down. Broken Blade going to, I think, spot it out. No, just throwing in a sap lane in towards the pit. So I think this is just a spell shit only gives you health now. They did change it a little while ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
No mana on it anymore. It's only the health. So
Wait, that's
a bit unfortunate.
Got him started with O.
The only one I can think of is Omewrecker in my head.
No,
I don't think it's
still from that existence. Impale. Broken Blade's caught out, but he is a tank. Wild Growth keeps him in measure as well. Out, that's Skewmond rather, excuse me, Broken Blade's now here in the same spot they got defeated before. Giantx still willing to take the fight, but closer, can't get the wall. Labrov was inches away. Giantx have taken some big trades from that as well. Jackie's very low as Broken Blade looks to delay.
He just keeps going at them. It's like, what are you going to do to kill me? You highlighted...
Doesn't take that much damage from the Aurora anyway. G2 hover back towards mid. This is their strength with the Sivir. They'll just go back and pokes out Jackie's. Hans Sama is the one doing damage as Giantx still look for that pincer. They want that impale. They want that pick. They want that poke.
But G2 can't look for the engage because, again, you've got that reflect from Noah. He needs to be standing towards the front to make sure Broken Blade does open up. He can cover.
It's a jump in with Audacious Charge, but against the wall now found out. Impale again onto the jungler, but in a 4 as a choke. It's dangerous. G2 are getting Hans Sama to free fire. Watch him, even as Jun jumps in. Hans is not dying. Lot has a counter-strike up and available, but Hans has a Lulu there and available too. A double over to Hans, and they just couldn't take the Sivir down.
G2 were very patient in that fight, waited for just the right moments to use the cooldowns. That means that G2 now, they're just going to hold on to the wave. I think they just want to look to end.
They're going to try. Death time is long enough. We see our first smell, but it doesn't get to do much at all. G2, their experience still comes in handy and as good as you like. Next turret number 1 under threat. Jun needs to buy time, and buying time with his shielded round is exactly what he does. He clears the wave. Next turret number 2 might be too much to ask for. He's done a good job at trying to delay the inevitable, but Giantx, they're getting battered. They're getting torn apart by these turrets. This damage from the Sivir. Now with an Ardent Sensor, the Nexus is being hit down too fast. Hans flashes away, and G2-0 is how they start their playoffs for winter.
G2 looking dominant when it gets to the mid-game in both of these games, managing to find the picks, prevent Giantx from being able to play for any sort of picks themselves. It makes it so difficult to answer for anything.
Well, it was sketchy at some points. Props to Giantx, but for G2, they gave you what you expected. As you can vote for your player of the series at LEC on X. Broken Blade, Skewmond, or Caps.
I'm waiting for you. You always give your little tidbit or your little bit of advice on who you think should be voting. I'm just waiting for it. But you're completely unbiased.
I think it should have been Labrov. I'm just saying the Lulu his trading in lane was clean. His ultis were great.
Got caught out once or twice, but still.
No lull about it, really. So, I mean, either way.